Hearing that your car's timing chain needs to be replaced is never enjoyable. You can tell right away that the repair won't be inexpensive, but how much does a timing chain replacement cost? In this video, we will cover the factors that affect this repair cost. At the end of the video, we will discuss whether it's safe or not to continue driving with a bad timing chain. Replacement cost. If you visit a professional repair shop, the average cost of replacing a timing chain could range from $1,500 to $4,000. Although it's typically not a simple fix for the typical home mechanic, you might only have to spend $500 to $900 if you have the knowledge, tools, and abilities to replace it yourself. The cost of replacing a timing chain is influenced by numerous factors. Let's examine them in more detail. Make and model of car. Most of the cars will be older, even though some of the more recent models have timing chains. This is primarily because timing chains typically last a long time. Because of this, the kind of car you drive will have a significant impact on the timing chain cost. For some reason, some brands are significantly less expensive. Honda OEM timing chains, for instance, are frequently less expensive than those of other brands. However, you typically have the choice to buy an aftermarket chain kit, which might result in some financial savings. Just be aware that some aftermarket parts are subpar, so before switching, you should investigate the quality. You don't want to take any chances with a timing chain because it could cause the engine to completely fail. Labor rate. Even though replacing the timing chain is an expensive part, the labor will account for a sizable portion of the cost. To remove the chain from some engines, numerous parts must be removed. For it to function properly, it must also line up with every gear, timing gauge, and tensioner. Your labor bill may be high depending on where you live. Living in the country may result in significantly lower labor costs than living in a bustling metropolis. To estimate the cost, take the local labor rate and multiply it by 4 to 8 hours. Naturally, you will save a significant amount of money if you are able to replace your own timing chain. However, anyone lacking the necessary experience shouldn't perform this work. Additional repairs needed. During the procedure, more than just the timing chain is changed in the majority of car models. It is common practice to replace tensioners, gaskets, and numerous other components concurrently with the chain. The parts don't cost that much more. Also, while the chain is already off, labor will be less expensive. For instance, another component that frequently malfunctions is the chain tensioner. Before making any repairs, it's critical to obtain the correct diagnosis because the symptoms of a bad tensioner and a bad timing chain are similar. Can I drive with a bad timing chain? Once the timing chain is damaged, driving is not advised. You should examine it immediately if you have any reason to believe that it might be failing. You may even want to have it towed to the closest service center, depending on the extent of the damage. Otherwise, engine failure may result from driving with a malfunctioning timing chain. Your motor may be destroyed if the valves and pistons collide due to improper timing. You will need to deal with a rebuilt or replaced engine, rather than just a new timing chain, which is far more costly. Furthermore, the engine won't start if the timing chain breaks entirely. Before you can drive anywhere, the timing chain must be replaced. Because of this, we always advise having everything examined, regardless of how minor you think the symptoms may be. To avoid future headaches, it is better to err on the side of caution. Hope the information is helpful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.